the beloved daughter of our Prophet ﷺ, we need to pay attention to lessons we can learn from her life and from her conduct. Fatimah al-Zahra alayhi salam, according to all Muslims, Shia and Sunnis, was the closest person to the Prophet ﷺ and to his heart. And to his heart. She was the closest person to the heart of the Prophet ﷺ. And in numerous times, the Prophet expresses his love and his admiration to his daughter. Something that Arabs never used to see. Why? Because unfortunately, in the pre-Islamic Arabia, women had no value. They literally had no value, no respect. Men were so demeaning toward women that they consider them subhumans. And the Quran tells us vividly on how they used to treat women and how they would kill an infant, baby girl, simply because she is female, out of fear of disgrace and a stigma. We spoke about this before. So when the Prophet ﷺ is expressively showing his love to his daughter, his respect for her, the way he would treat her, the way he would greet her. Every time she comes, he stands up for her. He makes her sit in his own place. That sends a powerful message to Muslims, my dear brothers and sisters, to be respectful toward women. The Prophet ﷺ says, "Ma akram al-mar'ata illa kareem, wa ma ahanaha illa la'im." Only honorable men honor women. Wicked men dishonor them and abuse them. So, the Prophet ﷺ was first intent on making sure Muslims are watching and learning how to treat their female members of their family. Female members of their family. Whether a mother, so much so that he says, Al-Jannatu tahta aqdam al-ummahat, heaven lays beneath the foot of mothers, or sisters, or wives, or daughters. And Fatimah al-Zahra alaykum as-salam. Fatimah al-Zahra alayha as-salam was the person the Prophet would use to send that message, by honoring her, by showing how much he was attached to her. And he never concealed his love for Fatimah al-Zahra alayhi salam. And this shows how loving the Prophet was. He wasn't only a prophet. He was a humble man, a loving father. He would make sure he goes to the house of Fatimah every single day. No day passes before the Prophet goes to the house of Fatimah. That was his basically relief time. That was the time he would basically feel relaxed. He would go to the house of Fatimah to see her for a few minutes and her children. And then he goes back home. When he travels, the last house he visits is the house of Fatimah. When he comes back from his trips, the first house he visits is the house of Fatimah alayhi salam. And on top of that, he was not bashful to go to the podium before hundreds of Muslims to speak about the virtues of this lady. Inna Allah yarda li rida Fatima wa yaghdabu li ghadabiha. Allah is pleased when Fatima is pleased and satisfied, Allah will be most angry when Fatima is unhappy, dedicating her position among Muslims that this is no ordinary woman, no ordinary female, someone whose Allah's satisfaction is tied to her satisfaction. So the Prophet ﷺ would always demonstrate his love, his respect, and his honor for Fatimah al-Zahra alayhi salam. My dear brothers and sisters, in the remaining minutes of my second khutbah, I would like to touch upon a contemporary issue, and that is what happened last Tuesday, not only in Michigan, but in America in general. Last Tuesday, at least 3 Muslim mayors won the election. And I would like to take this opportunity to offer my sincerest congratulations to those brothers, to those Muslim mayors, Brother Haj Abdullah Hammoud, Brother Mo Baydoun, and Brother Zuhran Mamdani. Who else? I don't know about Hamid Ramek Haj. So Hamid Ramek became he wanted to be ambassador somewhere and he was rejected as far as I know. He was replaced? He was? Okay, anyway. So I wanted to offer my congratulations to those 3 brothers. To our dear brother Mo Baydoun, who is always with us here, a down-to-earth person, a caring person. And the night of the election, I sent him a message, joking with him, telling him, Mo, if you become the mayor, you have to change the name of Beach Daily to Imam Ali's Street, inshallah. And he said, inshallah. So let's wait and see if he's going to deliver on his promise or not. Inshallah, he will. So I would like to congratulate him. I would like to congratulate our brother Abdullah Hammoud, and also the council members, our Muslim council members, Brother Hassan Ahmed in Dearborn Heights, Brother Kamal al-Sawafi and Mike Sar'ini and Mustafa Hammoud in Dearborn. God bless them all. But I think the most powerful victory was in New York, my dear brothers and sisters. A city of over 9 million people, a city where it is viewed as the commerce and business and financial capital of the United States. Someone Muslim became a mayor of that city. With a landslide victory, over 50% of the vote. And that was something astonishing, my dear brothers and sisters. Literally historic. Never we had something, a victory in this country as big as the victory of Zuhran Mamdani in New York. And I would like to, in addition to congratulating Brother Zuhran for his victory, I would like to congratulate every single Muslim and non-Muslim, because he's not going to be a mayor for Muslims only, for all citizens of New York. And he will demonstrate how a Muslim mayor is dedicated to serving all people of New York, Muslims and non-Muslims, without any discrimination, including the Jews. There were rumors that if he becomes the mayor, the Jews will be alienated. I don't think that's true. We have 2 different things. Israel And the Jews. The Jews in New York are a peaceful, peace-loving people, citizens in this country, and they have the full right of American citizens that deserve dignity and respect. But Israel is a different thing. Zohran had an issue with Israel and its policies and its apartheid system. He never had an issue with Jews in New York. In fact, in more than one occasion, he stressed out the fact that he will reach out to the Jews and he will do everything possible in his power to protect them. And he rejected outright any sign of anti-Semitism. But there is a lesson to be learned, my dear brothers and sisters, from those three victories, Dearborn, Dearborn Heights, and New York. What is the lesson? The lesson that we Muslims in America, we are here to stay. And this land belongs to us, and we belong to this land. We're not foreigners. And no one can tell us, go back to your home, because this is our home, especially for the young generation. And Muslims are as Americans as any other individual, as any other citizen in this country. And no one can question the loyalty of Muslims to this land. They prove it time and again that Muslims and the Muslim community is a loyal community to this country. And what happened in 9/11 has nothing to do with the Muslim community. A few terrorists who came from abroad and they attacked this country. This has nothing to do with the Muslim community in America. And Muslims were quick to condemn those attacks against this nation like any other community. But the main lesson, my dear brothers and sisters, that we need to encourage our youth, the American-born, the educated young brothers and sisters, to run for office. If we complain about biased foreign policy of this country, the only way to change that wrong is by running for office and by stepping up to the challenge, so we can change the landscape, so we can make America more accommodating to Muslims and make its foreign policy more balanced. That's the most important things. More balanced. We need to encourage our children, men and women, the young children, the young generation, to run for all type of offices: mayors, city council, house representative, whether state house representative or U.S. House representative, Senate, in Lansing, in Washington, governor, all offices. We should encourage them to run. They are well qualified. They are well qualified to run for any position. They are not lacking anything. If we lack one thing, it is the awareness and the knowledge that this is a crucial role for our children to play. We need to fully participate and integrate without compromising our faith. Some people think if you run for a Congress, then you have to keep low profile about your faith. You cannot say, I am Muslim, so you don't alienate others. That's not true. Look at Zohran Mamdani. Time and again, he expressed his pride in his religion. And he said in his speech, victory speech, I will not apologize for being Muslim. And this is how we should act. We are a proud American, but a proud Muslims as well. And we will not shy away from being proud of our identity as Muslims, because they can go hand in hand. Just like the Jews are proud of their heritage, and yet they run for office. Just like Christians are proud of their heritage and they still run for offices, we should do the same. When America was envisioned and was incepted, it was for all people, not only for Christians and Jews, for all people. The Constitution is very clear. There is no favorite religion in this country. And there is separation of religion and state. And therefore, every person and every citizen in this country can run for any office that they aspire to pursue. So my dear brothers and sisters, just like you teach your kids to pursue academic studies, just like you teach your kids to become doctors, engineers, business people, teach them to run for political offices. Teach them, encourage them. But at the same time, tell them to be proud of their religion. And they should not compromise. Because they are running for the office, they should compromise over their religion. They can run for any office, but at the same time, they can emphatically be proud of their identity as Muslims. So that is the lesson learned, my dear brothers and sisters. We have enough doctors. I'm being very honest with you. We are honored to have many doctors in our community. But I think now we have enough. We have enough of gas station owners. We are proud of them all. But we don't need more gas station owner. Let's run for Senate. Let's run for Congress. Who said we Muslims are not supposed to run for those offices? We leave those jobs for others, and then we just go and specialize in certain trades and businesses. No. Who said that? In this country, politicians play a major role in shaping the future of this country. And you can be one of them, but you can be a decent politician. You don't have to be a sellout. Unfortunately, the vast majority of politicians in this country, they are compromised. They are compromised. They receive help from certain lobbies, foreign lobbies, to promote the interest of foreign country over the interest of their own country. When we Muslims run, inshallah, for the office, we will put the interest of America before any country. Before any country. America does not need to give billions upon billions of its dollars to a foreign country when many people are not insured. They lack health insurance. When many of our bridges and streets are crumbling. When many of our airports are not up to date. And instead of giving $27 billion to Israel to use this money to kill Palestinians, Americans deserve this money. Let's spend this money on education, on healthcare. There are millions of people who live below the line of poverty. Why I, as an American who pay my taxes, my hard-earned taxes, income, why I should pay it as a tax that would go to Israel? I would rather pay my taxes to a place where there are poor being fed, where there are people with no insurance being insured. I spend it on education, on our infrastructure. This is what we need to do, my dear brothers and sisters. We need to educate Americans about their priorities. Many Americans do not know what is going on. They don't know they are being exploited and taken advantage of. They don't realize that millions and billions of their tax money that was hardly earned is being spent on foreign countries to kill innocent people. Many of them don't know that. You need to educate them. How you are going to educate them? By running for offices. Encourage them to run for office. But make sure, and I say this with full love and honesty. When you run, you have to be equipped with education. You have to be equipped with education and with the full understanding of this American society, and with having a good, command on English language. For someone like me, I can't run. Someone who has heavy accent, with all due respect to those who have heavy accent, we can't run for an office. Calling people, that doesn't help us. So I encourage the American-born, the second generation who speak English fluently and who know how this American mentality works. I encourage them to run for those offices. Allahumma ighfir lil mu'minina wal mu'minat. Before I finish, my dear brothers and sisters, I remind you that the IIA is commemorating the martyrdom of Sayyidah Fatimah al-Zahra alayhi salam. Tonight, Friday, and tomorrow, Saturday, at 8 p.m. We have a special guest speaker from California, Samahat Sayyid Mustafa Al-Qazwini, who will be speaking at this event. I encourage you to come and bring your family members as well. Allahumma ighfir lil mu'minina wal mu'minat, al-muslimina wal muslimat, al-ahya'i minhum wal amwat. تابع اللهم بيننا وبينهم بالخيرات إنك مجيب الدعوات إنك قاضي الحاجات إنك على كل شيء قدير. وإلى أرواح المؤمنين والمؤمنات ولشفاء مرضانا وقضاء حوائجنا نقرأ السورة المباركة الفاتحة.